Yes. Tell me, I mean, you're used to mental challenges. What was last week like for you? Waiting. You may have had all the hope in the world, knowing you earned it, you deserved it, but that waiting game you had to play.
The waiting, I mean, the first 2 days I didn't get proper sleep. You know, it was a lot of like, when's it going to happen? And then I realized that that was the wrong thing for me to do, to just sit around and wait.
Okay.
That, I mean, even if they say we're going to find out on a certain day, we're not going to really find out until we find out. So I had to treat it like any other obstacle, and I just decided, you know, what's the best thing to do in this situation. The best thing for me to do was completely forget about the wild card and just, you know, imagine like we had no official date and just carry on.
Kind of reminds me of the first time the Spitfires won the Memorial Cup. You know, they were that close to being out, and they got that second chance, and they just crushed everybody. I imagine there's 11 other fighters right now that were probably hoping the decision didn't go your way.
Well, you know what? I would think the same thing, but I was actually surprised to hear that the world champion was speaking up for me, saying that she hoped that I got the wild card because in her mind I deserved to be at the Olympics. So that was really great, because you would think a selfish thing for her to say would be, I hope, you know, Mary Spencer doesn't get the wild card. So.
Did you kind of sit back and think, I mean, geez, what have I got to do to prove I deserve this spot with all you've accomplished in the ring?
Did I sit back and...
I kind of wonder what was taking so long. I mean, with your resume, it would seem like it'd be a slam dunk that you'd get the wild card.
No, absolutely not. I mean, you know, nothing's taken for granted, and you know, if they're going to take a month or 2 months, that's up to them. It's out of my control. I mean, I had control in the ring, and I didn't secure that spot. So now, if they want to take a week, a month, 2 months, it's completely up to them, and I just have to go along with it.
Do you feel like you're back on your game now, or do you feel like you're ever off your game when you lost those couple of fights?
I mean, I don't feel like I was at 100%, but I don't feel like I had gotten off of our long-term plan to peak for the Olympics. I don't think that was ever in question. So yeah, I mean, I feel like everything is still on the right track, and we're looking forward to.
How much of that relief did you find in the ring against the German on the weekend?
Oh, it was great. It was great. And you know what? To even have those fights was really exciting for me, because, you know, I have a good opponent here who went further than I did at the World Championships, and finished in the top 8. And now I'm able to have some redemption, just because you don't want your last fights before the biggest fight of your life to be a loss. And so for me, that was really, really great to be able to have those fights set up and go to Montreal and compete and have good results.
After those first 2 days last week, do you feel you did a pretty good job getting it out of your mind and getting on track with your training? I mean, or was it a week lost with training in some ways?
No, I mean, it was about a day was definitely messed up.
Yes.
And the other day was a tired day of training. But I mean, after that, I mean, I just told myself, like, who knows? You know what I mean? Some people are saying 2 days, some people are saying next week.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go with who knows, who cares.
Yeah.
And I mean, the timing of having these fights helped that also.
Yeah.
Gave me something to think about.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mary. Can we hook you back up to
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, just for a second.
That's okay.